All righty, we live. A few minutes early, but that's okay. All right, guys, welcome in. Daddy Duck 365 in the blind. We are live. Haven't been live in a while. But as always, In the Blind is brought to you by Salt Creek Custom Ammunition, Trulock Choke Tubes, and Biscuit Built 3D. And today, as soon as we get some people in here, we're just going to start talking about some ducks and celebrate a little bit the Marine Corps birthday. It won't be a big celebration. Don't get all fired up, all that kind of stuff, but we will celebrate a little bit. All right. I got one person in here. Hey, listen, if you're new here, do me a favor. Bentley, what's going on, buddy? Is it snowing at your house? Temperatures have dropped. They were 80 degrees yesterday. I think the highs today were in the high 50s, maybe low 60s, but the temperature is dropping. It's going to get down to about 27, I think, tonight. I think the record set in 1913 was 26 on this date. But I just got a phone call, or actually a text message from Swamp Goose and Redheaded Goose, and they both said that it is snowing in Hartsville. So, if you guys are from South Carolina, I want to hear your weather update for the day. Bentley says, no, it's not snowing, but it is snowing it's flurries. I shouldn't say it's snowing. Well, snow, flurries, the same thing. But it is in Hartsville. Bentley, I'll say it again later tonight, but congratulations. I understand you won a trophy or something for your Halloween contest. You went as Bill Dance. So, did I understand you won a trophy or you won something or something like that? Anyway, it was a good looking float. I saw it. So, congratulations on that. Got 3 people in here. Hey, if it's your first time here, do me a huge favor and write something down in the comment. If you're new here, just tell me where you're from. What state's fine. That's cool. $150. Hey, that's cool. Congratulations, buddy. Let me turn this off so I don't get interrupted. First time what? First time today? Hey, how's the weather at your house, RD? I just got a report that it is snowing in Hartsville. If Noah's watching, tell Noah I said hello. Randy, what's going on? First time this week, what? Snowflakes. Y'all do have snow? I mean, it's snowing where you're at, Artie? Swamp Goose and Redheaded Goose both I text them. I saw something on Facebook as I was coming in here, and I confirmed it. It is snowing in Hartsville. Well, I mean, it is South Carolina. I mean, our snow lasts 10 minutes, but been a while since I've seen it snow this early in November. So what y'all been up to? Y'all getting ready? What today is the 10th, And we got what 12 more days, and duck season opens up. So 2 weeks, give or take. Opens up on what, the 22nd, I believe. Y'all getting ready to go shoot some summer ducks, wood ducks? I got a few things I need to take care of. I need to put the blind back on the boat. The youth Saturday, y'all hunted, or is that this weekend? Is that this coming weekend? But let's see here. I gotta put the boat blind on the boat. Got a few other things I need. I'm blind up bougies. Well, I've got the doghouse on this weekend. I got the doghouse on the stand. I got it secured on there. I'm just gonna add some grass to it, break it up a little bit. Charles, what's going on? Charles, I don't know what it's doing up at your house, but it is snowing in Hartsville. They got some little bit of flurries. I mean, it ain't much. It ain't gonna stick, that's for sure. But it's just the fact that it's November 10th and it's snowing in South Carolina. So what's y'all's weather tonight? We should be getting down to about 27, I believe, is what I heard. Oh, Charles, y'all's duck season's already started. How y'all been doing? Y'all been getting on them yet, or still too early? I know that you're that one place, that one WMA you were talking about earlier on Facebook. I know that that's bone dry. So how about the rest of the places? Let's see here, guys. We are. I see. Let's see. Cold. Okay, I think the flurries will be just north of y'all. Um, well, it'll be north and southwest of you because Hartsville, South Carolina, which is right up there at the border of the PD area, and it's snowing there. Water levels are way down. Yep. Kingdom Wildlife Pursuit, what's going on? Glad you can make it. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done a live stream. I did a kind of impromptu when I was in Minnesota. I still got 3 more hunts to edit on that. I'll be getting to them as soon as I can. It's just been kind of crazy around here with work and a lot of other things. So hopefully they'll be coming out. Uh, Hopefully I can work on one this week, get it out Sunday, and then start working on the other one and get it out, that kind of thing. Just a lot of work, a lot of editing. Man alive, we were running 4, sometimes 5 cameras a day. A lot of stuff, going on. Got a buddy who lives in Washington, North Carolina. I know where that's at. He will be off tomorrow and is hunting in Hyde County. Okay, I know where that's at. Hope to get a report from him. Cool beans. Well, this front is pushing down. It should be pushing some ducks out. I just got I talked to Cody from Minnesota after 5 outdoors, and they hunted today. They're just about where he's hunting is locked up. It's just about froze over, and they didn't see any. I mean, they saw 5 ducks. That's not seeing anything. So, I think this front's going to push some birds down. Now, my understanding is next week it's supposed to start warming up there. So those birds may drift back north. I don't know. They still got a couple more weeks for their season. I know he's getting ready to head to North Dakota, I believe. I think he might be leaving. He's probably right now packing. I think he's leaving in the morning. But I mean, our weather. I mean, it's going to be cold tonight, but it's going to start warming up again into the 60s in the next couple of days. So, you know, we'll see what happens. But it should be bringing y'all some birds up in North Carolina down. I would think that the western zone would be just about on getting ready to get on fire. Those birds come across the mountains. But let's see what happens. Keep me apprised of what's going on. I'd like to, I just want to hear what's happening around the country. Let's see here. Robert and Zach from Working Man Outdoors. They have, I think they left today. From South Carolina, and they're headed down to Louisiana to their lease. So if y'all are interested in a duck hunt in Louisiana, you can find them on Facebook, Working Man Outdoors. Go there and see what their openings are. I have no clue to what their openings are, but you can give them a call, see what's going on. But I think they left today to go down there and start opening up the camp for the first big duck season. And we'll see what happens. I've been seeing a lot of geese coming over the house lately. Yeah, we have a lot of resident geese here, Randy, and I see them just about every day. There's one flock of about 10 or 15 that fly over going to roost. I see them. Not saying I can't get up early to see them when they're coming off roost, but I know that they're going to roost in the evenings. I know exactly where they're going. So there's quite a few of them. Saw some not a big flock, but I saw some local ducks, local mallards. Probably 15 or 20 the other day, hitting a pond. As I was driving by, and I couldn't stop because of the traffic, or I'd have pulled over and got some video of them. But they were hitting a pond, not too far from here, from the house. But what else y'all got to do? I said I gotta put the blind on the boat. If I even hunt out of the way I'm hearing, the water's low, so I may just be using a boat to transport me, and then getting back into some of them potholes if I do go in the swamp. I got opening day, Thanksgiving season. I'll be hunting a few beaver ponds around the area. Won't need a boat there. That's just a walk in. I'm kind of curious to what. So you are to blame for my disappearing mallards. What's the matter? I shot too many of them while I was there. Is that what it is? What's going on, Cody? I'm glad you can make it, buddy. Glad you can make it. You all packed up? pleased that I was greeted by a Sitka commercial prior to entering. I missed too many. I did not. Now I will say I did miss one that I shouldn't have. But I saw you miss quite a few myself there, buddy, and actually got it on video. Where I plowed two of them. So there you go. But I was just before you came in, I was telling them that you're pretty much you got very little open water left. I've got to redo my blind for my boat. I'll get it ready for the second part. Gotcha. But you know what all right, what is the difference between me and you there, buddy? Come on, bring it out. I know you're over there giggling. You're hunting North Dakota tomorrow. Yep. Well, you better get you some sleep. Hey, I got something for you, Cody. You are not going to believe it. An hour north of me, it's snowing here. Snowing in South Carolina on November 10th. That is, I don't remember. I don't remember ever snowing in this early in November. We usually don't get snow to late December and into January and February. But I thought it was kind of funny. Of course, nothing like what y'all would get. I understand, but the fact that it's snowing in the South makes you want to run outside and check the weather. Yeah, I'm quite sure this is going to be some stuff that's going to be frozen in tomorrow morning. But I guarantee you, and even if it did snow hard here, it'd be gone by tomorrow morning. It just hadn't been cold enough to stay on the ground. It'll melt when it hits the ground. It's supposed to get down to 27 here, Charles. Totally caught me off guard, but we are going to probably open back up this week, high of 55 by Friday. Yeah, we're going to be in the. It's going to get down to 27 tonight. I think the highs are going to be in the mid 50s here tomorrow, and then it's just going to climb back up to into the 60s. Fingers crossed that a bunch of birds are still up north praying. Yeah. With that video you sent me, y'all were crunching some ice. That was y'all were crunching some ice this afternoon. Oh, y'all hang on one second. But like I said, for those guys that are open right now, I know North Carolina's open. South Carolina, the youth weekend is this Saturday, so hopefully this will push some birds. Now, whether they stay is a totally different scenario. So you're gonna blame the avian flu on me? Um, yeah, I got you a little fired up when we were there. I think those I think that first day with those Gadwall fired you up, and I think the fourth day when we shot all those mallards, I think that's what really got you fired up because every one of those birds were called in. Every one of them was decoying that we shot and kit. Yeah, every one of them. So I'm quite sure that got you fired up. Just got my ordered 5 pounds of grass the other day. Got it in the mail so I can blind up Bougie's hide, and I'm going to use whatever's left over to put on my blind. Kind of break up that front end, the shooting side, a little bit. Well, you're in luck, Cody, because food stamps they're going to be passing the SNAP, so you ought to be able to get food stamps in a couple of weeks. I don't see where, so if you need to be on food by the end of the month, start applying because I think they're going to pass it. I think the Democrats are going to come around and they're going to pass it. So SNAP will be back up and running. If they hadn't already done it tonight, I haven't seen the news. So, for those of y'all that do not know, or those of y'all that may know, I am a United States Marine. My dad is a United States Marine. And today is the Marine Corps' birthday. I know you've probably seen it all over Facebook. 250 years of. The only way I can tell you this is the Marine Corps was born in a tavern, so there was a lot of alcohol involved. They picked out the best sharpshooters. So happy birthday to my beloved Corps and to all the Marines, my brothers and sisters. Happy birthday, y'all. Did you get some special edition crayons? No, I was waiting. I thought maybe, I'd get a package in the mail or something today, but nope, I didn't get any crayons this year, man. I was kind of hurt, kind of a little hurt. I was, like, man, you guys, come on. I was really hoping for some but if any one of y'all want to send me some crayons, I don't need any special editions. Just make sure they're purple. I like purple crayons. I'm just going to say it straight up. You're welcome. It was my privilege and honor for those RD and Cody who said that. Thank you for your service. Yes, it was my privilege and honor. So I got a shout out to the Marine Corps tonight. So if any of y'all are in here, Marines, sound off. Times are hard for name brand. Any of y'all who are watching or maybe even watch this later, if you were in the Marine Corps, give me a shout out because it is our birthday today. So, and I elected to spend it with you guys. So there you go. Hunting and stuff. What's going on? Glad you can make it in. I got over the years, I've got a lot of friends who were in the Corps and whatnots, and some I've stayed in contact with, some I haven't been able to due to other issues or problems. But to everybody, happy birthday. Anyway, getting back to the duck stuff. What those of y'all that haven't started hunting yet, or those that you have, Are y'all working on anything? Anybody working on anything in particular? Are you got anything going on? Working on your blinds, reworking your blinds, new decoys, new gear. Shout it out, man. I want to hear stuff that you got. Um, what you're looking for, what you're waiting on to get in. You know, but so let's see here. January. Well, we're just gonna kind of fast forward a little bit. If everything works out, I'm hoping to meet Cody in Louisiana in January. He's going to travel south. I'm going to travel west. He's going to travel south. We're going to meet in Louisiana and hopefully have a good time shooting ducks. That ought to be some fun. We're going to be down there with Robert and Zach with Working Man Outdoors. And so we'll see what happens. I went duck hunting a few times with a buddy in college. All I shot was a Canadian goose. Well, ain't nothing wrong with that. Hopefully you'll get on them this year, man. Hopefully you'll start running around trying to find some. I can't remember where everybody's from. What did I miss? I got hit with 3 commercials. I don't know what do you think you missed? Just I was saying earlier that hopefully, God willing, the river don't rise. That me and you are going to be in Louisiana come January. That you're going to meet me down there. Since you have now gotten the avian flu, I haven't been duck hunting since. Oh man, that's too terrible. Are you planning on going this year? Like I said, I can't remember where everybody's from. Just to be honest, because I just can't remember where everybody's from. Sorry about that, but if you're in South Carolina, your big thing is going to be looking for wood ducks. Not saying we don't have any other ducks. Not saying you won't shoot any other ducks, but our mainstay right now is wood ducks. So scout, and get out there and enjoy your time, man. If I hunt anything, it'll be a deer. Okay. No, I won't forget where you're from, dude. Heck no. Man, if I could have some money, I'd buy a house up there. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I'm gonna live in it all year long, but I would buy a house if I had the money. Colorado. Okay. Well, you got some good duck hunting in Colorado, buddy. You got some good waterfowl in Colorado. You just gotta find the water. You won't forget where I'm from. Gotcha. Well, if you get into it, which I will say this: duck hunting is not for everybody, and it's something. Anybody. It's just like anything else. Anybody can do any of it. But it really isn't. It's not for everybody. Duck hunting, in my opinion, is probably the most expensive hunting sport out there. When it all boils down to it, unless you got the money to just go to a guide 2 or 3 times a year. But with all the gear that you have to buy and all the gear that you got to have, licenses and restrictions and all that kind of stuff, it can be very expensive. Yeah, there's a lot of geese. My dad and my son went to Colorado many years ago. and they tore the geese up. Y'all excuse me, I'm gonna turn the fan on. But to say I didn't like Minnesota, and which I did, I actually enjoyed Minnesota, really did. Um, the area was nice. Of course, it was something different. Never hunted up there. It was a, believe it or not, Minnesota was a bucket list hunt. It was not a barn burner. We didn't melt the barrels down, but the hunting that we did was unbelievable. In my opinion, I mean, just the amount of ducks that I saw, and supposedly, quote unquote, it wasn't even the good time. It was just an average. It wasn't even. It was actually just maybe a slightly below average. But I saw a lot of ducks, and we got to shoot some. We had, days. Every day we shot at least 3 or 4. Except for that one day where we shot a 3-man limit, which was awesome. But it was a good place. I can see why people go up there. I can see why they enjoy it up there. The people in the rural communities were 100. I mean, they were just nice. They were just nice people. And this was the worst year you've had. Not well, like I said, it may have been for you, and I understand that, but for me, it was pretty cool. The people were nice up there. I enjoyed my time up there. I will say this, that when I do go back, and I will be back, I'm bringing my own salt and pepper because y'all are some bland eaters, man. I gotta teach y'all about how to season food. But anyway, yeah, gotta teach y'all how to season food. That's about it. But I had a good time, and I will be back. I most definitely. I'm already thinking about what I need, what I want to take up there. So it ought to be pretty cool. Anyway, what else we got going on? Well, I know that Randy in here has got to work on his blind. I know Cody he's become not exactly sure which website he's going to, but whichever one he is, I know he's making friends with that company because he has bought a bunch of stuff. Getting out today, busting eyes, having open pockets of water typically would have been stupid busy. Instead, saw basically nothing. Hope we're not turning into New South Carolina. No, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm blindless. You need a blind, buddy. I will tell you that. We need to get you a blind on that boat. Yeah, I got to work on my blind on my boat. Get it fixed up. Need to. I'm going to try something a little bit different. Anybody in here have an Avery blind? Has an Avery blind? And if so, have you attached the raffia grass to it, taken the camo nettings down and kind of rolled everything up? Has anybody in here ever done that? I got to run for a bit here, leaving it running. Okay. RD, so you have an Avery blind on your boat? Have you attached like the Avery grass mats and stuff to it? And leave it and then fold it down, or have you or do you just put them up, put them on the when you get to where you're going? Right. Yeah. Mine has a net, and that net is about worn out. And what I was thinking about doing is putting the blind together like I normally do, and then attach grass to it. But my fear is when I fold it in and fold it down, um, it's not gonna sit right. And so if I'm understanding what you're doing is you pull your blind up and then you just take the mats and hang them on the or zip tie them or whatever to the frame once you get to where you're going. Uh, I always like the blinds the guys around Georgetown build with palmetto leaves. Yeah, they do. The leaves are long gone. We got to get some water in the rivers around here so I can. Oh yeah, because I've got a box of Avery grass mats in my shed, and I'm thinking about putting them on my Avery blind. And it's not a scissors blind; it's a fold down blind, and I don't know how that's going to work. Uh, Sounds good. I may have to get Randy Nettles to do a little modification to that blind anyway. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm thinking. So I mean, I can roll them up and put them in the bottom of the boat, and then once I get to where I'm going, just hang them off the side of it and zip tie them on. It won't hurt nothing. Won't hurt a thing. Oh my goodness. But I'm ready. Ready, ready, ready. I can't keep mine in the up position because of the mud motor. I gotta have it laying flat, or I can't turn the boat at all. So I may just carry a bunch of zip ties and zip tie it on there. But I'll play with it. I think this weekend is when I'm going to do all that. I'm gonna put the blind on it, and the I wonder what people that had roll down blinds would. Yeah, the like the are you talking about the scissors blind? Yeah, because it would just fold in on it. It just folds down onto itself, and that's fine. But this does not. It doesn't collapse like a scissors. It almost kind of like it collapses forward a little bit. You'd have to see it, Randy, if you haven't never seen one like I've got. But I'm gonna put it together the best I can, and you just do it that way. And then again, I may not even put a blind on. It all depends on the water levels. And our water is low, low, low. So I may be hunting out of the boat. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, zip tie that to the mats, and then zip tie the mats, all of it to the frame. Shouldn't take too much. Once I get the blind up, but I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna see how it works. Because if I can get it to fold down, because it pops up like this, if I can get it to do like that, tuck that grass underneath and just zip tie it to everything and just fold it down. We'll see how that works. See how it works. Or I can just put the shred. Like I said, the netting that I have on it now, which is the original netting when I bought the blind, it came with it. It's just falling apart unless I just go over it with a whole bunch of other raffia grass. Yeah, you did. You did, Charles. You did send me that picture of your truck backed all the way out on the sandbar. That you did. I mean, it wouldn't really be nothing to go and either build another blind frame and build a scissors blind frame, or either get one from Go Devil itself. But you know, but we'll see what we can do. We'll work. I'm gonna work on it this weekend. Got the grandson this weekend, so be a little project for me and him to do outside. Get him outside. We'll go in there and get everything, get the boat ready, and um, get Bougie's blind, her blind, grassed up. That'll be pretty good. All right, what else? Anybody else? I mean, y'all, somebody's got to be doing something. Um, y'all's got to be doing a little something. I am going to be on, and it's not something that I need today because I'm not going to get it, and probably until next spring or maybe next summer. But I'm gonna be on the lookout for probably a beaver tail stealth 2000, something of that nature. So again, nothing that I need today, but I will be looking forward probably next year. And then the simple fact is I'm going back to Minnesota. I'm gonna go back to Minnesota, and I need a boat that's light, one that can be paddled and blinded up very easily, and one that I could put a small motor on it as well. I thought about getting a John boat, open floor model John boat, but I think I'm gonna need something that I can paddle and kind of like kayak paddle. Um, but I want something more stable than a kayak. So I'm thinking a Stealth 2000 would probably, or something like a Water Feather boat, or a Stealth 2000 boat, or something of that nature where I can sit in it and paddle it like with a kayak paddle. Don't plan on paddle that thing. A motor for sure. Do you have one, RD? Do you have the Stealth? You have the Stealth 2000, don't you? But there's a few places out there that are paddle only. They're not. You can't use a motor, but so I wouldn't mind getting like a little 2-horse, um, a little 2-horse. Young guy went with us, and he paddled. We left him, and he about died. Oh Lord. But I need something. I'm gonna need something. That Feather one just came out with a version 2.0. Yeah, I mean that's a possibility. You have the H10 Ascend. Yeah. I just don't know if I want. I don't think that I want a kayak. Um, I think I want something a little bit more stable. That's my thing. Yeah, that's what I do with mine, Randy, right now. Um, yeah, I mean, I can do that. I mean, I can get tarp, and netting, and then and roll it up, and then just put bungee cords around it. Yeah, I've got, like I said, I can do that. I just have some grass mats that are still in the box, man. I'd like to use them. You know, if I get like a John boat, um, like I said, there's two places. Well, we only hunted one of the places because we didn't have another boat, uh, a paddle. I say paddle boat, a boat that you can only paddle. But there's one certain WMA that you can use a John boat, and they have a motor restriction of 10 horses. My boat's a 35 horse, so I can't use it. Um, can you have, yeah, on the you can use a trolling motor on the motor lakes, on the boat motor lakes, but you can't use them on the paddle only lakes. That's the problem. So I need to get a boat that's easy to paddle and that I can put a small motor, whether it be an outboard type motor up to a 10 horse or something that I can put. If I used a trolling motor on one of those lakes that we were in, I'd run the battery slap down before I got to halfway where I was going. Take out one spark plug. So that's the thing. And like I said, I wouldn't mind having a John boat that I can carry up there. But I would still have to have something that I can paddle as well. I mean, it's just because it's like on the big lake on Thief Lake where we hunted, it's 10 horse. 10 horses is all you can have, and that's pretty much it's either going to be it's a 10 horse restriction on all the lakes, or you can only use a paddles. Period. And I do not want to be paddling a John boat around. Nope, I have no desire for that. So I need something. So basically, what I'm looking for is kill two birds with one stone. So something like a feather light or water feather, I think is what it's called. That I can put a small motor on, and then still be able to take it off if we go to that other place where it's just paddle only. The same thing with a beaver tail. What does it matter how much horsepower you have? It's just the laws, man. It's just that law for Minnesota. They have a 10 horse motor restriction. Can't have anything over 10 horses. Get you a 2-man creek boat. I've thought about that too. I wouldn't mind having a 2-man and taking the front seat out of it and putting like a little 9.9 on it, or a little Gino, whatever you want to call them, Gnos, or however you want to pronounce that. Thought about that as well. You can usually find those pretty easy. And like I said, put a 9.9 on it and take it up there. But again, it's not something that I want to paddle, because if we decide to go to that one spot that you cannot put a motorized boat motor in, I would hate to have to paddle that thing. Not saying I couldn't do it. I'm saying I don't want to do it. That's the whole thing, man. That's why I'm looking at something like a beaver tail or a water feather or something of that nature. I mean, you can still put theoretically, on 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be hunting with Cody when I go up there. We could take, if I had a water feather or even a something else, we could use that boat as a decoy hauler and tie it behind the boat. And once we get to where we're going, he sits in one boat, I get in the other boat. We use one boat to haul decoys and stuff in stuff. Because he does, his boat is a 1638, and it's a little cramped in there, if you know what I mean. So I don't know, man. It's just something some things I'm going to be thinking about. I'm gonna be looking for some of those things for next year. I honestly, man, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Of course, I don't have the money for this. Of course, anybody wants to donate to the cause, you're more than welcome. But if there was a way that I could get a floating blind in that place, and especially one that has the motor, where you can use a motor, and putting a floating blind in there like a pontoon boat that's been converted, um, that would be the ticket. I bet he did. As long as he's got 9.9 on it. But like I said, I don't want to tote two boats up there if I can help it. I want to tote one boat so I can hunt both places. So there's the there's the dilemma. And um, I know those Ascends, they're good boats. I'm not going to deny that. I just think they're a little they're not that for me. They probably wouldn't be that stable. Add a second motor to yours like a kicker motor. Well, there you go. See, now you're thinking, RD. I'm like, well, what if I put two long tail mud motors on the back of a boat that were 10 horses, two 10-horse motors attached to each other, so you're using one controller for it? Would that be legal? That is something I'm gonna have to find out. Because then you're opening your yeah, I could take a bigger boat in there, a bigger boat. But again, when if you go to that place where it's, and I'm just gonna say kayak only because that's the only way it's, the non-motorized lakes. Um, I still don't want to be push poling or paddling that thing around. That's why I'm sitting there telling you hunting and stuff. Duck hunting can get very, very expensive. And chase a few birds around. Uh, it can get very expensive. But I don't want to carry two boats up. That's the thing. So I need something that can hold a small motor. Normally, when you have two motor, one more prop turns the opposite way to prevent blowout. Yeah. So that is so I really just want to take one boat up there. Um yeah, and I'm about 200 pounds heavier than you are, Randy. That's my problem with a canoe. um that's my problem with a canoe, buddy. Uh, I'm about 200 pounds heavier and I'm 60 and my knees are shot. And I either roll into a boat or roll out of one. But that's what I'm going to be looking for. So I got a lot of thinking to do on this. A lot of that kind of thing. Let's see here. What else? And I'm really leaning toward but the cool thing, let me finish this thought real quick, RD, and I'll get to that. I'm really leaning toward the beaver tail or the water feather type boat. That's what I'm leaning toward, unless I can find something a little bit different. But RD, this will not be registered. It's not going to stay here. And as of right now in Minnesota, they don't register boats, motors, or trailers if it is a duck boat. Now, the minute you put it in the water out of duck season, or the minute you put a fishing rod in it, it then becomes a fishing boat and you must register it. But a duck boat does not get registered. Go and eat supper. See y'all later. All right, buddy. Take care of yourself. So it's not a boat that I'm going to keep here, that I'm going to keep here. Or I just won't be using it here. If I do use it, I'll be using it as a paddle boat on like a private fishing pond or something of that nature. So, and I've got a few ponds that I could take it, and it would be nice because I could, because then I could use it here during the off season, not only to fish out of in private ponds, but also use it to train bougie from as well. So, yeah, I'm whatever. It's it ain't getting registered, and not because I'm not going to put it in the. I'm not going to be using it here with a motor. So, but again, I've thought about a trolling motor. My biggest issue there is running the battery out. Cody has informed me that he used to have a trolling motor on his, and he ran the battery down kind of quick. So either, I don't want to put the added weight of two batteries in there. But yeah, I could hook a trolling motor to it and raise it up right below the water line and use it like a mud motor type thing. All right, hunting and stuff. You take care of yourself. Glad you could stop by. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button for me. I appreciate it. What else, my friends? I mean, because around here, guys, I'm gonna be using my Go Devil boat and motor. So I'm either gonna walk in or I'm gonna use that boat. So there's no sense in hunting out of those things here. But I want it as light as possible, stable, and something that I can put a small motor on it and take on and off very easily. That's what I'll be looking for. And I also need to be able to paddle it. Got to be something that'll paddle. So that's why I'm looking at the water feather or the beaver tail, one of the others. One or the other. All right, I'm down to two people. Who do I have left in here? If you're still in here, sound off real quick. I'm down to back to four. If you're still in here, sound off for me, so I know who's all in here. Oh, let's see. That's about all I got, really. As far as what I've got going on, still got 3 more hunts that I need to finish up editing. Been working on them. Get you a blow boat. All right, Charles, you take care of yourself, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Let me know how your buddy does. Just out of curiosity. I don't need to know when. I don't need to know where. Just let me know how he does. I'd get in that thing, Randy, and I'd paddle it, and I'd go around in circles like a donut. Still got 3 more videos from Minnesota that I've got to get done. Been working a little bit on them, so I got to get all that done. Really do appreciate you guys watching the 2 videos so far that I've done. 3 actually. I do appreciate y'all watching those. Anything else I put out there, but from now, I got the information. I just haven't sat down and turned the camera on, but I got to do the October pothole watch, which I think is, I know now here in November, it's going to start looking a lot better. They've iced up already here. Granted, it's going to warm up a little bit and probably melt a lot of it off, but those potholes up there, up in the north, need to get froze up, and they need to get some snow on top of it and get more moisture in the ground for ducks for next year. I'm not just looking. I got it. Our season really hasn't started. You guys that are here from South Carolina, our season hasn't even started yet. I'm already thinking about next year. I'm already thinking about it. And that's what we do here. Yeah, we do plan on where we're hunting the next day here, but I'm thinking about what the outcome is going to be for next year and where I'm going and what I'm going to be doing. So I got to get, like I said, the October pothole watch out, and as well, got that one to get out. And like I said, I got all the information. I just haven't sat down in front of a camera to do it. I was hoping that maybe I could get it done this weekend, along with a couple of the Minnesota hunts, and get those going. But because I know y'all want to see some duck hunting stuff. What else? Well, anybody got any questions, comments? Put them down, man. I need to have something to talk about. This is all about y'all right now. This is what this is for. It's for you guys. I don't plan on, me. I don't. This is kind of hangout time where we can just hang out and talk shop. So, yo, what's up, Mark? I'm glad you could make it. You didn't kill another deer today, did you? Charles just left, Mark. He literally 3 minutes ago signed out. Uh, I am I'm waiting for opening day, buddy. Waiting for opening day. Not today, huh? I am waiting for opening day. And shoot me a few wood ducks. Mark, I did an inventory. If you remember the other day when we were talking, and I told you I was cube steak poor. Yeah, I did an inventory when I got back home from your house, and I had 57 packages of cube steak in the bottom of that freezer. And I rotated everything up and put some more stuff in there. Uh, yeah, 57 packages of cube steak. And we cooked 2 packages yesterday. And I still got some in the fridge for lunches. Hey, Boo, you coming here to see what everybody's up to? Huh? Oh, Bougie came in. Yeah, I know. I did not realize I had that many in there. I mean, I didn't think I had that many. So we're gonna be eating cube steak for a while. What, you want to go back out? Well, Bougie came in to say hello, and now she wants to go back out. So there you go. I got some ducks in the freezer now, and I need to start cooking them up. I'm gonna do that this weekend. I think I'm gonna cook some ducks up this weekend. Got the grandson coming. I don't think he's ever eaten duck, but we'll see. We'll cut it. We'll cook it like a steak. How about that? We'll cook them up like a steak. I'm deer meat poor. I know a guy. I'm just saying, I know a guy. Um, I need to. I think I'm gonna cook some duck steaks up this weekend. I think that'll be a very good, very good meal. Um, I'm off Friday and Saturday, so I may do that. And Bougie came back. Yeah. Huh? Oh. Well, I got a pretty good responses from my duck steak video that I did. Is there anything in? I know I only got 3 people in here, but is there anything y'all want to see as far as? I know Mark, you're not one of them, but especially after last year. But and I understand. But the other 2 people that are in here, y'all got any requests for recipes or anything for ducks you'd like to see done? Um, I'm in the mood right now for duck steaks, duck gumbo. Um, I need to cook up some deer meat. Yeah, I need to cook up some. I need to cook some deer meat up. I need to cook some ducks. Oh my goodness. My goodness, my goodness. So what else, guys? What else? I got some teal in there. I may do I know when you cook gumbo, most everybody cooks for a lot of people, but I do have some teal in there. I think I could make a small gumbo for me and my wife. That would be good. Some duck steaks. I could grind some and make up some what they call shotgun shells. All right, Randy, have a good evening, buddy. You take care of yourself. I'm about out of here myself. Unless somebody's got something they want to talk about. We usually run about an hour, and we've been here an hour and 16 minutes. So, uh, and don't really have a format for tonight. It was just kind of get together and have a chat with everybody. So if you got anything you want to say it now, because I'm fixing to get out of here. I've eaten so dear me, I made you made a scrape in the yard. Y'all got anything y'all want to say? Go ahead and get it out there and say it, and we'll talk about it. Tonight was just kind of for all you guys to come in here and just chat a little bit and have some fun and goof off and talk a little bit about ducks and talk about my beloved Marine Corps and their birthday today. So I think I got some cake in there. I'm going to go eat a slice of cake for the Marine Corps birthday, and we're going to call it an evening. So listen, guys, appreciate everybody coming here. Just as a reminder, the blind is brought to you by Salt Creek Custom Ammunition, Trulock Choke Tubes, and Biscuit Built 3D. Y'all go check out those products. You want some good ammo, you want some good choke tubes, and you want some good duck hunting products, go check out Biscuit Built 3D. Anyway, y'all take care of yourselves and be looking for a new video coming out this Sunday. And we'll talk at y'all later. Have a good night.